Hey guys, how are you doing? My name is Lena and I did an oopsie. So as you can probably see, I kind of respect my book buying ban for like an entire month. But when I realized that quarantine was going to be a little bit longer than that, I just kind of went insane. And for the last, I don't know, 3 weeks or so, I kind of didn't stop buying books. Yeah, I just remembered that I'm still missing two books. One of them is my copy of the book, the book club's guide to slaying vampires, and the other one is The City We Became, but they will arrive, I don't know, in 2 weeks probably, something like that, because I ordered them from Book Depository. Let's just get started with these ones. So the first book that I have here is The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams, and I've never heard about this book, but I've seen this cover so many times, and it was just like really cheap, so I decided to buy it. The only thing that I know about this one is that we have this kind of abandoned realm, and we're going to follow two different explorers, yeah, trying to get there and exploring this kind of ancient city, and that's something that I really enjoy in books. Apart from that, I know that it's just like tons of magic and a little bit of war apparently, but yeah, that's pretty much everything I know. And this tendency is going to appear in so many of these books because I just buy them without knowing anything. They are not going to fit there. I know, it's not going to happen. Then I have here Pilgrims Storm Brooding by Damien Black. This is volume 1, well, part 1 in book 3 of this series. And I've talked about it in one of my recent videos. Well, it might be a 1 month old video. But still, with this one, we follow kind of super cool monks trying to defeat evil. And this is the third entry, and I'm super excited to get into this. I'm probably going to read this on June. Is that the next month? Yeah, on June. But we'll see about it. I'm just so excited for this one. Oh my god, it's been just like 2 weeks since the last time I recorded it. Now I'm feeling so uncomfortable. This is so weird. Then I have here A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. Recently, I've seen so many so many people talk about this book that, I don't know, it just kind of grabbed my attention. And I don't know how I missed this because this seems kind of the mystery book that I like to read. So I don't know. In this one, we follow our main character trying to uncover the truth behind this murder that happened 5 years ago. And I don't know, I just love the cover. This kind of how is it called? You just stick there all the leads to the case and that. Oh, I don't know. I think that this one is going to be good. I also believe that the second one, because it's a series, came out this month or last month or something like that. Then I have here Gods of Jade and Shadow by Silvia Moreno Garcia. I bought this book because I'm really excited for Mexican Gothic, which is the next book by this author. And I've decided, since I don't have an arc of it, I might try some other of her books. So I was kind of aware of the existence of this book when it first came out because I'm really into mythology and stuff. So this was just like in my radar already. But it was just like super cheap a couple of weeks ago, and I decided to pick it. But yeah, this centers around magic mythology. So then I have here Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. I almost say Munir for some reason. But this is apparently about lesbian necromancers in space. That's the sentence that I have heard all over the internet. So I don't know. I've been thinking about reading this, but I wasn't sure that I was going to like it. So when I saw this on sale, I decided to, grab it and see what I think about it. Although the cover for the second one is just so good that I might read this one just for that. I think that this one is going to be a weird one. It's really cool underneath. Then I finally get my hands on one of these copies, The Bear of the Nightingale The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. Yeah, I've been wanting to read this series for, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years already. I really like Russian folklore, so I was super excited when I discovered that this was based around it. I was trying to get my hands on the US cover because I enjoy those covers more, but they are super expensive here. So, you know, I saw this for like €4 or something. So I decided to pick this one up. But if I tell you the truth, I don't remember anymore what happened in this one. The only thing that I know is that so many people love this series and I needed to check it out for myself then, because I've been wanting to read sci-fi throughout this whole month. I'm struggling so much with my TBR right now because I just want to read sci-fi. This is Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson. I have another Neil Stephenson book in here. The only thing that I know about this one is that we have kind of this metaverse with kind of a video game style to it, and there's a new drug on it that's called Snow Crash, but apparently it's not only a drug from on the metaverse, but it's also a virus that can hack your computer and also is starting to show up in the real world. So I don't know, it sounds really interesting, and this is one of those novels that everyone seems to know and like, so I don't know. But I think that I'm going to really enjoy this one. I also have here Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey, and this is one of Monica's from Mooney Reads favorite book. So, you know, it was a sign because I bought it beforehand. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. I know that it has kind of a murder mystery to it, but that it's actually not the main focus of the story. So yeah, but apparently it's being compared to like The Magicians because it has just like a magical school setting or something. I don't really know. But yeah, Monica says that it's actually amazing, so I'm super excited to read this one. Then I also have here My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix, and this is the same author as the book club's guide for slaying vampires. 2 slaying vampires. But yeah, this is his previous novel, and I don't know, I'm just super excited. I love this cover. It just have this old 80s vibe to it, and I'm just loving it. I loved his new book, so I decided to grab one of them, and I also want to pick Horror Store. It's a kind of this weird horror tale about a year or something. I know absolutely nothing about this, but I trust this author now completely, so I'm sure that I'm going to love this. Then, continuing with the sci-fi, I have here All Systems Red by Martha Wells. This is kind of book 1 in the Murder But Diaries. Is it called Diaries, right? Yeah. And I read this book, but I didn't own a physical copy of it, and I really want to continue with the series, so I'm probably going to reread this thing soon and then continue with the series, because in this month we had a release of a full-length novel set in this world, so I'm just super excited for it. Murderbird is just such a cool character. I have here Blackstone Heart by Michael R. Fletcher. This was in my May releases? April releases? I think it's April releases. And I was really intrigued by this book. It's actually self-published. The story really drew me, so let me tell you a bit about it. We basically follow this guy, and he has to follow this path, and with each step, he is gaining some of his memories back, so we're going to follow him through the whole path, and I don't know, this sounds so interesting. I really want to read this one. Even though I'm not really feeling fantasy right now, I think that this one is going to be so good. I've already talked about this one, but this is The Collapsing Empire by John Scalzi. Wait a minute. And its sequel, The Consuming Fire. Yeah, I have already read this one. Actually, it was on this month's TBR, and I really, really enjoyed it. So when I saw the sequel on sale, I was just like, this is perfect. And actually, the third and final book just came out this month, which is perfect. Let me tell you a bit about this one. We basically have this thing called flow in this world, and it allows you to travel faster than light, so humans use it to colonize space, basically. But one day, apparently, the flow starts to change, so it's cutting out parts of the interdependency from communicating with each other, and that's a really big problem, because the whole interdependency is based around using the flow to go to each planet. But yeah, this is kind of a rough way to explain the book. I'll tell you more about it on my main wrap up. But yeah, this was actually really, really good. I liked this so much more than Old Man's War. Yeah, were really great ones. I'm just putting them in so many weird places. In the Shadow of Spindrift House by Myra Grant. I love Myra Grant, aka Shona Maguire. I have loved every single one of her books, so I decided to grab this one. It's a very short novel. Apparently, this is a limited edition because it's not going to be printed more than 1,000 and 1,500 copies, apparently. But yeah, I decided to grab this as a kind of consolation prize for all the work that I have to do now for college. But I don't really remember much about it, although that it has like a really weird house, and I love that trope. So yeah, and I mean, it's Myra Grant. I know that I'm going to love it. Although I have to say that the Naked book is just so boring. More sci-fi, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Stories of Your Life and Others by Ted Chiang, and I bought this because it has the story The Arrival, which the film is based on, and I didn't knew that. But yeah, this is a collection of short stories surrounding sci-fi. I'm so excited to read this because The Arrival is one of my favorite movies, so I'm super excited. And if I like this, I will probably jump into Exhalation, which is the next collection of short stories. I'm not really into short story collections, but that one sounds great. Then I have here The Binding by Bridget Collins, and let me show you this because it's stunning. This book is just worth it because of this great cover. Oh my, it's just so beautiful. I don't know much about it apart from it has like a book within a book sort of thing. But yeah, the cool thing about it is that apparently we are going to follow our main character. He's kind of a farmer, but he decides to abandon that and just work on binding books. But one day he discovers that one of the books has actually his name on it. So yeah, it sounds quite interesting. I'm really curious about this one because I've heard really mixed reviews about it. Because I was feeling some post-apocalyptic also. I actually bought The Last Policeman by Ben H. Winters, and I've heard Emily from Books with Emily Fox talk about this series and really enjoying it, but it's basically about this guy. He's actually the last policeman because a meteor is going to strike Earth, and the whole series takes place between those days previously. I think that with each book we get closer and closer to the meteor strike. But yeah, I don't know, it sounds really interesting. But apparently he's investigating a murder, and of course everything's on chaos, but he's trying to do his work. I don't know, the premise sounds really interesting. I'm pretty sure that the end is going to be the meteor striking and killing everyone. But we'll see. Brief mention about this one. Also, I have already talked about this on my main TBR, and I will talk about it more on my May wrap up. Yeah. That's what I was trying to say. This is the book of Coley by Emmer Carey. He's the author of The Girl with All the Gifts. This is a post-apocalyptic book where basically plants have taken over and humans are just living in these super confined kind of villages. Really weird. I will talk about it more because I have so many mixed feelings with this one. But overall, it was fairly interesting. We still have 7 left. Then I have here Jade War by Fonda Lee. This is book 2 on the Jade City series. I don't really know how the series is called. The Green Bone Saga. And I read the first one this month and I loved it. So good. So I decided to grab the sequel because I need it. And I'm kind of sad because I read that the third one doesn't come out until next year. Sadness. But I need to keep reading. I'm such a huge fan of the Nopi clan, and I really want to know what's going to happen. But yeah, this is super good. If you want to hear more about it, you will need to check out my wrap up when I film it. Because the first book was good. But yeah, this is a ancient inspired, kind of more of a urban fantasy than a full fantasy. And we have these 2 different clans fighting for power, and they also have this thing called Jade that actually grants them like super enhanced abilities. They are able to be super great fighters and improve their senses, and it's just so good. It's such a good series. Yeah, you guessed it. Sci-fi. This is Neuromancer by William Gibson, and this is the book that apparently came up with the whole idea of cyberspace that was used in the Matrix. So that's all I know about it, and that's all I need to know. William Gibson is a revolutionary author in sci-fi, so I decided to check one of his books finally. That's all I know about it, and that's all I need to know. I kind of hate and love Discovery at the same time because those details are great, but the cover itself is kind of meh. I don't know, I'm just so torn with this one. Okay, we're going out. There you go. And I have here one book that I'm super excited about. Well, this is Magician's Apprentice. I don't know, it has so many weird names. By Raymond E. Feast. I've been trying to read something by this author for so long, and I recently saw a video of Leslie from the Nerdy Narrative talking about it and saying that it was great, so I couldn't resist. And I bought a copy of it because, I don't know, it's been on my mind since then, and I'm really trying to fit this one on this month's TBR, but it's so long. It's 800 pages. So I'll try it, but I still have like 5, I'm trying to count them, 5 books left to read this month, so I'll try. I'm so excited for this one. It's going to be amazing. This is The Dark Forest by Cixin Liu. This is book 2 in the... I never remember the name of this series. The Remembrance of Earth? I think it's something like that. But yeah, this is book 2. The first book is The Three-Body Problem. The Three-Body Problem, and I really enjoyed that book, although I couldn't understand basically anything. But I'm really excited to get into the second book, although I've heard that the first half of it is pretty boring. So, mixed feelings about it, but at the same time, I'm just super excited to continue with this. It's just like a super hard sci-fi, and I could even begin to explain it to you because I don't even understand it. And I've read the book. Okay, let me try. We basically follow 2 different things. One is this video game that you get in and you need to try and save this civilization from destruction. And the other one is that basically the laws of physics stopped working. And scientists are going insane. Yeah, that's kind of a summary of it, actually. The last sci-fi book that I have here is The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. And this apparently is a first contact with aliens novel. And we kind of received this message from them, and a kind of religious cult decides to make this ship and go meet the aliens. Apparently, I don't really know much about it, even though that is... Oh, it won the Arthur C. Clarke Award. Huh. I really like First Contact with Aliens novels, so I'm really excited for this one. This is Sorcerer to the Crown by St. Cho, and I thought that this was set on Asia, but apparently it's set on London. I know nothing about this book, but I've been having really good luck with Asian authors in general lately, so I decided to give them another try because I'm pretty sure that I will enjoy it. So yeah, that's all I know. English magic lies in their hands. I might be wrong with this one. Oh my god, we're finally finished. The other one that I have here is Truthwitch by Susan Denard. I've heard really great things about this and really awful things about this. But apparently the 4th book, I think it is, that's called Blood Witch, apparently is super great. So I decided to give this one a try. Kind of was really interested in this series a couple of years ago, but I haven't think about it much since then. But lately, I don't know, my interest just peaked again, so I decided to grab it. It was super cheap, so let's see what happens. Oh my god. I need to just record that video, but I don't think that I'm going to do it because I'm so tired from this whole thing. But yeah, these were basically all the books that I bought last month. There are so many. But yeah, that's going to be all for today. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!